Hello everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video on soap making. Now I am not new to YouTube, I have another channel and I was putting in soap videos here and there, and I noticed that my subscribers on the other channel were not watching. My view duration went down because my other channel is a reselling channel. I am a full-time reseller, but I'm also make a lot of soap and I have a website. So I wanted to introduce myself to you because most of the time you will not see my face. It'll be just making stuff and talking to you that way. My name is Lily. I am the maker and owner at Serenity Grace Soapery. I do have a website where my products can be purchased. I have been making soap for about 10 years, maybe closer to 11 years. And I absolutely love it. I make soap, I make other bath and body products like lotion and salves and lip balms and solid shampoos and conditioners, all sorts of things. This channel, I want to be strictly bath and body products and soap making. My other channel is much more personal. If you want to get to on the personal side of me, this one is not going to be that so much. I will give out lots of recipes. Some I won't give out because I have geared my lines a lot towards the luxury bars of soap and more natural bars of soap. Although I do make, sorry about that, about one of my dogs is about lost it. So you will hear in the background in some of my videos, the dogs might be barking, or my grandson might come in and talk to me, or something of that nature. But that's my home life. I work out of my home. I don't have any fancy gadgets or machinery. Matter of fact, I don't even do a whole lot of editing. So if there are bloopers, you are gonna see it. That's just, that's how I roll. But it's mainly gonna be just of making different products, different design ideas maybe, or just things I really love to make. And hopefully, it could be an inspiration to you, or maybe you'll learn something. I could learn something from you. Leave things in the comments. Now, I don't always follow the safety precautions. I will say that I recommend that you all do. I just don't have a sensitivity to lye. I do wear gloves, but rarely do I ever wear long sleeves because it's hot here in where am I? West Tennessee. I was going to say Middle Tennessee. I'm in West Tennessee. So a little bit of a backstory. I know this video is going to be just a little bit long because I'm including a soap making in a few minutes here. I lived in Florida for many years, and I made a lot of soaps and sugar scrubs and solid body butters, glow, bronzing sticks, all that kind of stuff, because I lived in a beach town and I did very well. I had a booming business in Florida. I had mostly wholesale accounts, and then I did markets. I didn't even have a need for a website in Florida because I did so well just on the wholesale end of it. And then Hurricane Michael hit. Needless to say, lost all of that because, businesses were torn down, and we didn't have electricity for like, I don't know, 2 months. And the rebuilding process, they're still rebuilding, and it's been 3.5 years. So I moved to Tennessee, and I had to start all over with all of my ingredients, my equipment, my, molds, all that stuff. And I just gotten to the point, I had gone to like 2 markets because I'd finally had enough inventory to go to a market. And then COVID hit. So I decided to make a website, and that's what I've been doing ever since. Now I just sell on the website. I don't go to markets. Every now and then I'll go to like a Christmas fair or something like that, but not normally. My reselling channel and my reselling duties are pretty much full-time. So that's that. I'm a veteran. I'm a 10-year veteran. I spent 10 years in the military, and basically I work for myself. I make soap and I'm a reseller, and I do it all from home. And I just wanted you to see my face, introduce myself, and hopefully you like what you see and you'll subscribe to my channel, and we'll go on this soap journey channel together, because I mean, my other channel is very small. It's only about 600 subscribers, but I've only had it for a year, but I've made some awesome friends, and I've got some loyal followers on that one. But not all of them like the soap making videos, so I decided to branch out and have a second channel just specifically for that. So I appreciate all of you that came over from my other channel that do like the soap videos and subscribe. I'll continue to bring more content. Right now I'm only going to commit to one a week, and that may grow as time goes on. So today I am making one of my favorite soaps. It's a camel milk soap. I had a whole spiel put together on the benefits of camel milk, and I'm just going to touch on a few because I'm going to leave several links in the description box for you to read, because you need to make a choice whether it's right for you or not right for you. Camel milk is an excellent, and I'm not making any claims. Let's just get that straight right now. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not making any claims, but there has been proven studies when it's ingested, okay? This is for when it's ingested. It helps with children with autism. It helps to boost your immune system for people that have autoimmune deficiency diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, Crohn's disease. It helps lower, it's got insulin. Camel milk has a lot of insulin in it, but it's the good insulin that helps diabetics control their insulin, where they don't have to use as much insulin. And there's been cases where some of them have even been able to go off of the insulin from just drinking camel milk. But with that said, camel milk is very, very expensive. It is costs 7 to 8 times more than cow's milk does. But it has so many vitamins. It has lanolin, just enough lanolin where it's great for the skin without clogging the pores. It's got all of your acids in it for your skin benefits, which is where the soaps and the lotions come in that I make. It's very hydrating, moisturizing. It's just an awesome bar of soap. Not many people make it because it's expensive. I do full milk soaps. I don't put in powders in my oils. I use full milk soaps. I freeze my soap, and I don't use any water. And I think, to me, a full milk soap is much more of a luxury milk soap than putting a powder into your oils, or putting milk into your oil, which I do. I do that on my coconut milk soaps. I do pour the milk directly into my oils. And as long as you have at least the same amount of water in this, that's what I do. I make sure that that you have lye. You have to have equal parts of water and lye, and then the rest is all milk for me. Not everybody does it that way, but I think you just get a better bar of soap if it's 100% milk, or the higher content as you can get of the milk while using your lye and water combination safely. So yeah, I'm not going to go into great detail because you need to research it yourself, but it's, it's just a lot of benefits. It has been, there's been studies on cancer, ingesting it, not topically, where it slows down or stops the multiplication of cancer cells. Just a lot of great stuff. I have started drinking it. Well, I'm not drinking it. I'm putting it in smoothies because I don't drink even milk. I make smoothies, and I've made ice cream with it. That way I can get my grandson to also drink it. So we are now ingesting it also, and not just in soap. So I hope you liked my intro. All the next of my videos are not going to be this long, so I apologize, but if you sit through this whole thing, thank you very much. I will give out recipes from time to time. Next video I think is going to be on soap dough. That will have a recipe. If you're interested in that, hit that bell button and click all, and you'll be notified when that video comes up. This recipe, however, is not one of the ones that I give out. It is my camel milk shea butter soap recipe, and it's just an awesome bar of soap. So with all that said, thank you for being here. Thank you for clicking on my video. Like I said, I'm gonna just put it out there just as I am, except for you probably won't see my face very often. Maybe next year, if I can get my own soap studio that's not intermingled in my personal home, then my videos will probably be a little different at that point. And that is my goal, because I would like a totally separate space for my soap making. But anyway, let's go watch the making of my camel milk soap. It's awesome. You'll love it. So great, now that we've got the intro out of the way, if you're still with me, I sure appreciate that. Thank you very much. And hopefully you will like my soap videos and like and subscribe to my channel. First, let's talk real quick about milk soaps. Now today I'm doing a full milk soap, and there's several different ways you can do it. I prefer the full milk soap because you get a much creamier bar of soap, and I feel personally that the benefits are better using a full milk soap. Not everybody likes to make the full milk soaps because it does require a lot more work. You've got to freeze the milk, and you've got to do the lye, slowly in the milk, versus some people put it in their oils and blend it before they add their lye water, and I do use that method sometimes. And then some people pour milk powder directly into their oils and blend them in, but I don't do that. I have made that in the past, and I find it makes my soap bars feel a little bit grainy and even sometimes speckled, and I don't like that. So like I said, I prefer the full milk soap. So watch that on the labels. If you're looking for a full milk soap of any kind, you should not see any water on your label whatsoever, none. And so that's what we're gonna do today. Now I've already measured out my lye, my sodium hydroxide, and I'm just gonna slowly start pouring it into my camel milk. Big old hump. Until it starts melting on its own. The last thing you want to do is scorch the milk, because it discolors and turns yucky shades of oranges and browns, and that's just one thing I prefer not to do. Which I also prefer not to have lumps in my lye, but it happens. So today, the camel milk soap, as I talked about a little bit in the intro, man, the benefits are just awesome. And there's more health benefits than skin benefits. Even though the skin benefits are great, the health benefits are just amazing. And they're proven, with clinical trials. There's not just someone saying so. And as I said, I'll link those in the bottom in the description box and let you decide for yourself. Now, I am not a milk drinker. Never have been, once in a blue moon, I'm talking there once every 6 months or so, I will maybe have a bowl of cereal. I just never liked milk, but I love milk soaps. But with all the health benefits of camel milk, I am going to try this with me and my grandson. Now, I'm going to make it in a smoothie form because, like I said, I don't like milk, but I do like smoothies. I make protein shakes, but they, you know, they're like smoothies. So I'm going to try it for about a month with my grandson, doing one a day, and see if my health or his health improves any. Let's see how it goes. But for today, I'm making a double batch because I'm putting it in 2 separate molds. So I'll be splitting out the batch before, because I'm going to fragrance one part. I'm keeping it all natural, so no colorants in this soap. I really want to see how the camel milk does with this specific recipe because it's a shea butter milk soap. First thing on my list of ingredients is shea butter, if that tells you anything, in this soap. And then I think the next in line is olive oil. No, the next in line is the milk, then olive oil, and so on. So I'll tell you when we get there. I will tell you which oils I'm using in this recipe. I'm not going to give you the recipe because this is one of my, what do you call it, proprietary recipes. But if you're an experienced soap maker, and you know, you just play with the percentages and until you come up with the bar that's got all the qualities that you want it based on the oils that I'm giving you. Now I will give recipes on and off, but just not to this one. There's a few of my recipes that I don't give out, but for the most part, I'll give recipes out. It took me many years to formulate these and get them just the way I want it. All right, well, looky there. We are melted. Now, I highly recommend you guys use an infrared thermometer when you're making milk soaps especially. Mine broke and I've not replaced it yet. So I won't be making any lotions until I replace it, because if you make lotion, you know, you've got to constantly monitor the temperatures over a certain amount of time before you can emulsify it together, you know, between your oil phase and your water phase. So yeah, okay, so this is melted. It very slightly changed colors. It is a very pale yellow. Started off stark white. Now, camel milk, because of where they are, you know, their living conditions, they're used to extreme high heat and just very rough conditions. So going through the saponification process in a milk soap where it gets extremely hot, it's fine. It'll be fine. You're not going to lose any of the properties to it. It's just going to do great. That's all I can say. So one of my batches is going to be naked, which means no fragrance oil, no colorants, no nothing. Everything, all natural. Most everything I use is organic, unless it's just doesn't come organic, or I can't find it. So here we are. So it is all melted. Very nice. Okay, so I'm going to just show you my oil. And because this video had the intro, I'm gonna make it, I pre-measured and pre-melted everything down. But in here I have, of course, the shea butter, the olive oil, coconut oil, tiny bit of palm oil, which I very rarely use, but it's responsibly sustainable palm oil, and then hemp oil and a little bit of castor oil. I never use more than 5% castor oil. And I did put sodium lactate in here, which basically is just salt. It helps to harden the bar. Because of the high content of shea butter, I just wanted it to harden a little bit quicker than 2 days. I want to be able to unmold it in 24 hours. So let's get my stuff ready. All right, so I am going to strain this just in case. Sometimes the fats in the milk sometimes you'll have a little bit, see that little bit of fats in the milk that the lye doesn't blend with. And as I told you, I don't have any fancy gadgets. I do this in my own family kitchen. I'm really hoping by sometime in 2023 to have my own separate soap room like I did in Florida. But don't have that here. Tap the bubbles out and give this a blend. Milk soaps will heat up very quickly. So I refrigerate all mine because I don't want them to go through the gel process, because it will be ugly. It'll be ugly. It'll crack. You know, I don't want it to discolor. I don't want rings in my soap. So I don't cover it, and I don't pump it. I just put it straight in the refrigerator when I'm done. Okay, so ordinarily I will, if I want a truly white bar of soap, I will put titanium dioxide in the part that's going to be white. But I'm not going to do that today because I want to see, like I said, the true reaction of the camel milk with this specific recipe and what color it gives me. So I'm putting nothing in it. All right, I'm gonna split this out half and half. Give me just a second to do that. 49.7. My mold holds 50 ounces, so this is about 100 ounces of soap. A little too much. My container doesn't look that big, does it? But it is. There we go, perfect. All right. So I'm just gonna leave that one over there. I'm gonna bring over my mold. I'm using a tall and skinny for this one, and because I want to put these in boxes, I want to use up the rest of the boxes that I have. All right, I told you there would be interruptions. There's the first one. pause this. I'm gonna blend this just a little bit more because it is at a very, very light trace. And since I'm not adding anything else to this, I'm gonna go ahead and blend it. I really do like this recipe because it gives you plenty of working time. All right, so I'm just gonna pour this as is in the mold. Should fill it to almost the top. It's like we're not gonna quite make it. And I know I split that in half, so we'll just see what the next one gives us. If my next one is overflowing, then I guess I'll need to recalibrate my scale. Anyway, so before we got so rudely interrupted, all right, I'm going to set this aside because I do want to texture the top a little bit with the spoon. And this is the naked one. It has absolutely no fragrance, fragrance-free, just beautiful goodness of all the oils and butters and milk. So I'm going to set it aside. Just long enough for it to set up a little bit, and kind of we'll time it and see how it goes. Okay. Here is 49.4 more ounces, supposedly. And here I'm going to use geranium essential oil because it's natural in this blend. And because it's kind of floral, it may speed up the trace a little bit. So we'll see. I'm only using it at 3%. So 50 ounces. Actually, it's 35 ounces of base oils before all the milk and everything. I could go up to 1.75 ounces at 5%, but I'm going at 3%, which is just right at an ounce. Because geranium oil is very strong. And I would rather you have a very soft geranium scent. My whole house smells like geranium, and I have a big house just from pouring that 1 ounce of essential oil out, getting ready to film this video. I just want it to be a very nice soft scent in a beautiful luxurious bar of soap. So again, no colorants, no nothing. I am going to put some hibiscus flowers on the top of this one just so I can tell them apart by sight. These might be hard to cut. I get these at one of my local specialty stores. They're 100% natural hibiscus plant. We'll have to see how that goes. That's not even opened yet. Turn it. blend this essential oil in good. Yeah, see, this one's already thickening up a little bit just from that essential oil. All right, that is good enough. I guarantee you I'll be able to do the top on this one before I'll be able to do it on the other one. So you guys are gonna laugh at me. I'm using an iPhone. I'm not comfortable with iPhones, so I don't know how to pause you and restart. So I'm gonna have to learn how to edit in iMovie, which I also don't know how to use. So this video might be a little bit wonky, but I will get better at it. Okay, so obviously I'm going to need to up my recipe just a little bit because I prefer to have this mold filled to the top. I get my molds at, where do I get them from? Workshop Heritage. And I love these molds, but I wish that they had, their silicone wasn't so thick. I prefer a thinner silicone liner. And a lot of times I will line my molds with parchment paper because I don't want to deal with the thick liner. Okay. Let me see if I have one open. Give me 1 second. I'm sure I do. I didn't, but I found some that are softer. I think I'm going to grind that other bag because they're not as soft. These are just real hibiscus flowers, dried, and I am just going to put them on the top on one side so it'll make it easier to, if you guys don't want them, but you know, hibiscus has good skin benefits too. You know, if you're curious about it, you know, do a little bit of research because a lot of things good for our skin that we just not aware of. Rose petals, for instance, is very good for your skin. I tend to put them in my bath bombs and on top of some soaps and just stuff like that. All right, so I'm pretty sure this one's probably, yeah, let's see, it's setting up pretty good. The other one is still pretty fluid, so just clean the side up a little bit because that will bug me. You guys can probably see this in the camera better than I can see it. All right, so I am just going to pull it all to one side, just like that. Oof, look how beautiful that is. Love that. All right. And I'm going to put some of the hibiscus flowers just on this side here. Makes it a bit harder to cut. Especially when I bake like this, but I don't know. I just like it. And if you don't like it, if you go to my website and you want to order one of these soaps and you don't like it, you know, you can take them off. I mean, you know, they're in the first layer of soap, but I'm sure you can get it pulled off. I'm hoping they soften up a little bit during the saponification here. All right. Straighten this out because that will drive me nuts. I leave all my bloopers in because like I said, I don't edit a whole lot. So I will be leaving bloopers in my videos because, you know, I'm a real person, I'm human, I make mistakes. All right, so I'm spraying it with 99.9% alcohol. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator since it is thickening up pretty quick with that geranium. I douse it pretty good because I don't want soda ash and I hopefully don't want it to crack. So here it is, a beautiful creamy bar soap. Now, if you're wondering, I do have an extra refrigerator in my laundry room that I use to put my soaps in that need to be refrigerated. They do not go in the ones with my food. All right. So yeah, if you guys have a specialty store, you like to use flowers, different kinds of flowers, chamomile, all that stuff. By specialty store, I mean, most of your Asian stores will have them. Your, what you call it? Oh gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Middle Eastern stores have them. You can get hibiscus flowers, chamomile, the cornflower. You can get all of that for so much cheaper than you can buy them, what we were buying them for wholesale at the soap shops. So there's a little tidbit of information if you've never gone to see what kind of spices and stuff they have, because they cook with a lot of this stuff. So they sell it in bulk and it's cheap compared to getting it at, you know, one of our soap suppliers. So let's bring the other one over here. And it is still, I believe, too fluid for me to do anything with. Yeah. All right, so I'm not going to do this one on camera, but I'm just gonna give it a little bit of swirl on the top, just a little bit of definition. When it's ready, and then I'll be back in a few minutes to cut with you. So if you made it through this video, I sure do thank you, and I appreciate it. If you came over from my other channel, really, really thank you so much. I'm gonna try to upload at least one video a week on this channel for those of you who do enjoy soap making. And you know, it's not necessarily a teaching channel. It's more of a do as I say, not as I do, because, you know, although I follow the safety guidelines and everything, I mean, you see, I don't have long sleeves on. Lye has never bothered me. I think once in 10 years that I've been soaping, I got a lye burn and it was on my lips. So I don't even remember how that happened, but it just doesn't burn me. So I don't worry about that as far as, you know, wearing long sleeves and stuff, but you should. because a lot of people are really sensitive to lye. I'm just one that is not in raw soap form, at least not on my arms and hands anyway. Obviously my face. I do wear glasses when I soap, so I do follow that, and I do wear gloves, but you know, sometimes when I'm doing toppers on soaps or putting embeds in, I've just got to take the gloves off because I can't maneuver them very well with gloves on. Anyway, we'll see you back in a few minutes. For me, it's going to be at least 24 hours, but it's coming up in just a second for you. So we're here, we are. Let's cut these beauties. They have been, I pulled them out of the refrigerator this morning, and so it's been just a little over 24 hours, but look how beautiful, creamy those look. So I didn't take them out of the mold yet because I wanted to do it on camera. I have a little bit of cleanup on the sides of this first one. So let's see if I'm able to get these out safely without mushing the corners. That's the only thing I don't like about this really thick silicone, is that my corners get smushed a little bit sometimes, and yeah, see, I got a little bit smushed, and it's still a bit soft, and that's because the high content of shea butter. Let's look at that. This is like soap dough. Speaking of which, that is an upcoming video with a recipe if you're interested in making soap dough to decorate the tops of your soaps or the insides of your soaps. It's time for me to make some more because I've got all of my fall and Christmas soaps coming, and I wanted to have some soap dough to play with. So let's see. Yeah, definitely would prefer to have a thinner silicone liner or paper. All right, so I'm going to just trim just the top edges a little bit with my trusty little potato peeler, just to even them out a little bit, so it's less I have to do. When I clean up the bars in a few days. I really like how creamy this looks, and I'm hoping that the inside is just as nice. So we'll see in a few minutes. I'm gonna cut this one last because I'm probably gonna have drag marks, my guess, from the hibiscus flowers on the top. And this one smells wonderful. For only using 3%. Very happy with the scent. It's still very strong at 3%. All right, let me clean up this mess here. It is way soft. I like to use the trimmings from the soap to keep up my kitchen sink to wash my hands with. All right, so what is the best way to set this up? Probably just like that. All right, I've already got this set for 1 1/4, just to allow for shrinkage, if any. Trying to get my head in the photo. And I am gonna cut 2 sample bars just to have, but look how beautiful and creamy that is. So no discoloration on the camel milk, which is what I was hoping for. And this one is the fragrance-free, Naked. I'm not sure how I will list them on my website, but they'll be under the all natural soaps or the milk soaps. But those came out very nice. And yes, this is going to be a bit boring because they all look the same. But it isn't by any means a boring soap. I just wanted to make sure that there was no partial gel when I cut it, and I do not see one. Beautiful. So as pricey as camel milk is, I think it is well worth the cost to make a few times a year. All right, so I'm gonna have to have a couple samples, 2, 4, 6, 7. So I'll have 7 bars, and I guess I'll just these pretty big samples. So yeah. All right, so this one I'm gonna cut on its side because I don't want to get too many drag marks from the hibiscus flowers because they're pretty hard and some of them are probably going to fall off. That is a strong possibility. Okay. Nice little sample bar. Still nice and creamy inside. Smells wonderful. They are very soft still, so I will put them on the curing rack, and in another day or two I will come back and bevel the corners. See, there we go. There's a piece right there. To make them all pretty. And I know most everybody says the cure time is 4 to 6 weeks, which in all reality, that is true for a full water soap. Now I soap at, here we go. I soap at such a deep discount that when your soap stops losing weight, and I weigh mine every day, every other day. When they stop losing weight, that's when you know they're cured. Now, of course, the longer you let them sit, the harder they get, the longer they last. But now this soap, I mean, honestly, I would use it in just a few days. And I do to test them. That's gonna make me mad. Because it's already saponified, so there's no active lye in it. It's not gonna hurt you, but if you use it before it has time to, you know, get rid of all of the water or milk, then it's gonna go really fast. And you know, you don't want that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I could have 8, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut a few sample bars to give out in orders. And I may split that in these sample bars in half because they're awfully big. All right, so yes, some of the hibiscus came off. I had a feeling they would, so next time I will grind them first and do more of a powder over the top. So if you made it all the way to the end, I appreciate it. I really appreciate you watching. I know this is my first video on this new channel. But I'm excited to go on a soaping journey on YouTube instead of just a reseller journey, and see how that goes. Now, if you want to see a more personal side of me, you might want to check out my other channel. It's a reselling channel. I do a lot of unboxings and sales and refurbishing purses and designer items and shoes, and just a lot of personal chit chat on that other channel. I'll leave that channel name in the description box below if you want to go over there and take a look and subscribe to that channel. And also, you know, leave in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see me make, or anything really. I'm just excited to be making soap videos on a solely specific soap channel. You won't be seeing anything else on here other than just soap videos. So I'm glad you're here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this soap video. Please like and subscribe, and leave a comment. That would be great. I'll talk to you guys later next time.